Hello everyone, I'm Elon.
And I'm TJ, and welcome back to our channel.
Today we're going to talk about something more casual, TJ's second property. Yeah, so TJ, I'm very curious to know, I think our teammates as well, we can see the market softening, right? We can see that the market, in fact, is possibly going into a downtrend, right? But why in this current market and in this period, you actually choose to go for a second property?
Okay, I think there's a few factors that I look into. Okay, what made me to the plunge? Like 4 factors in reality, right? So I think the first factor went through my mind, my thought process when I bought this property is that in every downturn market or in every uncertain market, there's always a good buy. Yeah, because we've seen so many property cycles in the past, right? Market goes up, market goes down. But yet, there's always outliers, like what you mentioned previously, right? That we have seen outliers. Some make a lot of money, some don't make much money. Right? Even though in a good market, people don't make money as well. Right? Yeah. So I think this is one key factor that really drives me to take action, irregardless of the market conditions. Because I know that it's an investment property. Okay, so it's something that I have to hold for at least 3 years, past the SSD. Right? So as long as I find a good buy that links back to our 6 macro and micro factors, I believe that this property will still help me make money. Yeah. So that's the first factor that I look on. And the second factor I look on is also in terms of working within my comfort zone, right? So like what we preach with all our clients as well, right? There's a financial blueprint that we look at, right? We should have at least a mortgage savings reserve, right? When we buy a property. Of course, the hurdle is always the first 25% or 30%, including stamp duties, that we have to overcome there first, right? So as long as, this mortgage savings is intact, essentially I'm going to rent it out. And even if I don't rent it out for a good 1 year, right, I wouldn't be forced to sell. So I would say it's comfortable in that sense for me as well. Okay, and the third factor that really fueled me, is what if I'm wrong? Because there are clients that we have both worked with in the past, they thought that, COVID is happening, construction costs going up, prices going to go down. But yet in 2018, 19, 2020, they decide not to take action. That's right. But yet they are wrong. Okay, and essentially they are priced out.
That's right.
Right. If they were to take action earlier, right, they would be able to buy something bigger. Right, but now they are priced out and they have to buy something that is smaller.
Exactly.
So I don't want to put myself in that position as well, right? Because I bought a 3-bedroom, right? Of course, yes, I would agree with you as well. Like market softening is continuing, it's going to continue to soften as well in 2024. Okay, but back to the first factor that I mentioned, there's always a good buy. Yeah, in an uncertain market, I would believe that the condo that I bought is a good buy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. What I also notice is that, sometimes on certain projects, right, even though there's a downtrend in the market, right, the overall downtrend, but because of, the supply factors, because of the macro factors, that actually allows it to be a lot more resilient than other projects. And even to the extent of not seeing a dip, right? So I think you're right, it's more of the correct choices that we make. Yeah, and you got a very interesting point, which is exactly what happened to one of my clients. Okay, so pre-COVID, they mentioned that they wanted to look for an investment property. So they're actually looking for a 3-bedroom investment property, right? But I think because of whatever they read online, and also
all the negative news.
Yes, all the negative news telling you about, this happened, that happened. So what happened was they decided to pull back, decided to wait, to see how the market is going to perform. It's like sudden COVID spike, suddenly prices go up. Cannot be, it definitely has to come down. But so over time, what we notice is that initially their budget allowed for a 3-bedder property, right? But as the market progressed, right now they can only go into a 2-bedder, right? Whether or not that 2-bedder will become a 1-bedder, as I said, they could be wrong, right? And especially in a project whereby, it has very, very strong fundamentals, okay? It could very well happen, right? So that's when they actually decided that, no, I'm not going to wait any longer. Let me just buy. Yeah. So are they sitting on profits? Actually, now they already sitting on paper gains. So, say touch wood, the market really do not perform, then they're still out.
Actually, this links to my fourth factor as well, which is really don't be emotional. Right? Because I mean, of course, yes, buying a property is a big thing. It's probably the biggest thing that I would ever buy in my whole life, right? I mean, like it's 7 figures, like, I mean, let's put it that way.
Right.
It's gonna be a big ticket item, right? But we cannot be emotional when it comes to like investing in property as well.
Right.
Of course, like for those who are buying for a roof over their head, right? Essentially, you would have a roof over your head, right, as well. And in the Singapore land scarce situation, all right, prices would expect to grow over the years as well. All right. So I think these are the 4 factors that really made me took the plunge and go for my second purchase.
Awesome. Proud of you, bro.
Thank you so much.
Also, but then one more thing is that okay, what we also notice is that like for I don't know whether it happened to you. So there are buyers that literally like PM me and then like reach out to me and tell me that my friend actually just bought a second property, and now I'm interested to take a look. So the interesting thing is, okay, what I'm trying to point out is that like sometimes a lot of us, only when they see our peers do it, then they dare to take a plunge, right? Whereas like they can well afford it already, but because someone did it, then they will be like, actually can be done, actually it's quite sustainable, it's very, very possible. So what I'm saying is that like understand your numbers, understand like, the risk and reward, and also really go through and see whether it makes sense. Because at the end of the day, a lot of people don't realize that, especially for a second property, it's not as hard a hurdle to clear than the first, right? Because the second property, the thing is, you just need to settle the first 5% cash, the 20% CPF, and the rest of it, right, is more or less covered by the tenant, And by the end of this full loan tenure, say, longest is 30 years, right? This will have been fully paid off by the tenant itself. So imagine like, keep it simple, like a $1 million property. You put up the first 25%, right? Say 250K, right? You will end of the day end up 30 years time with 1 million. Is it a good deal? I mean, I'm not even considering property price go up or go down or whatsoever. Is it a good deal? Even if a 250K becomes say 900K, right? Is it still a good deal? I mean, I think
the money is still, the capital is still building up.
Exactly. It's still a yes, right?
Yeah.
So, I mean, for those of you who are actually considering or even have that thought of, wanting to get a second property and, or even just want to know how your current portfolio can be improved and can be leveled up, reach out to us and
We'll see you soon.